upset. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry, sometimes you just remember some good shit. Welcome to the Bottom of the Bottom podcast. What's going on, good people? It's the weekend, baby. Like they used to say back in the day. Man, it's been a long week, man. It's been a long, short week. I already forgot about Labor Day. That's how spoiled I am. I want to take Monday off again. But look, this is the Bottom of the Bottom podcast. I'm your host, Jay Walker III. That's my co-host, Carolina Dirt 803. What's good, man?
Hey, shit, like you said, we're living for the weekend. It's here, and it's already almost over. Shit.
Yeah, man. Besides the fact that it's kind of nasty outside and it's raining, give me more of a reason to grab my companion for the evening.
What's that?
You know what I'm saying? Oh no, I'm still on Dunville, man. I'm still on my Irish whiskey right now.
Yeah, this is my last corner of some Angels Envy. The last corner.
Okay. Well, you know, we do what we do always about this time, man. It's Saturday night situations, and as always, we try to bring different people. Tonight we in the music genre again. He's a rapper, songwriter, producer, just an all-around artist and businessman. We got Mantiz coming to the stage tonight.
Yeah, boy.
What's going on with you, sir?
What's happening? What's going on, family?
Hey, man, look, ain't nothing but the rent like they say back in the day.
All right. You gotta have
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, Phil.
It's good to have you on the show, man. Look, we gonna get right to it, man. We got this thing called First Call. First Call is 10 questions. I got 5. My brother got 5. Ain't no right or wrong answer. Just kind of heat check. For the people that don't know you, let them know a little bit about you without letting them know too much.
Bet that.
All right. Favorite comic book hero all time?
Oh, I was always a fan of Spider-Man. Spider-Man was that nigga.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Favorite pair of shoes all time?
All right. I believe the Air Jordan 6 is the perfect sneaker.
Okay. Favorite car you owned in your life or had access to?
That's a tough one. Like the flyest car that I had was a 98 Chrysler Concorde at the time I was driving it in high school. So it was technically a luxury car, but the first car I bought with my own money was a Saturn SL, 1999 Saturn SL1. And that shit was like great on me because the gas was crazy then, but the only thing metal on the car was the hood, so wasn't shit weighing it down. I could put $5 in the tank, ride to see my girl in Georgia at the time. Yeah, shit was lit.
Saturn SL1.
Yeah, that's that shit.
I feel you on that Concorde because they had went away from the big car for a minute.
Yeah.
So that was the reinvention of the big bodies.
That was a fly little car. That was a fly little car. I love that car.
Absolutely. Favorite action hero in a movie?
Ooh. I don't watch enough action films anymore, man. I will tell you this, one of the flyest performance I've seen. I love Denzel in that movie where he fucking everybody up. Is it? Equalizer. I love that shit. Okay. I love what's the English nigga with the big ass head? Jason Statham.
Yeah, with the ball head.
I fuck with Jason Statham. He cold.
Okay.
He cold.
That's exactly. So my final question I've been running with: you walk into a room, everything white. It's a white chair, white table. It's two empty white chairs. Dead or alive, who you want to talk to?
I've never thought about that before. Ooh, that's a crazy question right there. I wasn't ready for that one.
A lot of people would like to bring up family members that they lost.
You know, like there's so many conversations that can be had with just anybody. So if I kept it in that particular spirit of what people talking about, especially because of what weekend it is, it's 11 years ago my brother Mike Smith was murdered on this exact weekend following his birthday. Tomorrow's the death anniversary of it. I would love to talk to my brother Mike Smith again. That would be heavy for me if I could do that. Tell him what
you got one more. Who you and Mike gonna talk to? You got one more spot.
Who would me and Mike talk to? If me and Mike talk again, we would both talk to a microphone together to get this music back going.
Okay.
I would say that.
Okay.
I need some time with that question. I'll answer that question better next time y'all have me back for sure.
Ain't no problem. That's my 5. What you got for him, Carolina?
All right, your favorite villain of all time.
Favorite villain? Shit, I'd say myself by the way motherfuckers treat a nigga. Shit. That's about the best I can do on that one. Yeah.
All right. Because he's heavily been in social media lately, writing a song, an R&B song. Tank or Babyface?
You have to respect Babyface's catalog. You have to respect his catalog. But style-wise, I'm more Tank. Tank gonna give me that shit. Tank gonna take him to church. Jamie Foxx said years ago, R&B will never die as long as we got Tank. You know what I'm saying? And I truly believe that. You know what I'm saying?
He about to retire. He losing his hearing.
Hey, be that as it may. You know, we still got Jazz from Drew Hill. There's a lot of people we still got that's gonna hold into his root. And like I said, Babyface is a kingpin. But it's like shit. You don't hear Babyface singing his own songs as much. You'll hear Tank sing everything he wrote if he really wanted to.
And some more shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Babyface is a monster with that pen, but there's a reason why other people were singing it.
All right, I'm gonna take one out my brother's book. One gotta go. Tony Gray's in here, so I know he want to hear this. One gotta go. 112, Jodeci. We go 112, Jodeci, Jagged Edge, and we'll say Boys to Men.
Yeah, I'll take myself out the room. Nah, but because everybody has so much of their own respect. Boys to Men did what Boys to Men is the reason why. What kind of audience do we have here? Is it mostly us, or is it a little bit of?
I mean, it's a you in the age demographic.
All right, Boys to Men is the reason why we have R&B as whitewashed as it is now. Like, they brought the boy band to the crossover, so it's too hard to really erase what Boys to Men did. But Jodeci, 112, and Jagged Edge are all still in the same field per se. Even though their styles weren't always the same, it was still hip hop smoothed out on the R&B tip with a slow jam. Like Jodeci was the bad boys. They were the antithesis of. They were the opposite of Boys to Men. 112 was the niggas from out the country, out the A. You know, like them boys really straight out the church with it. Same way like Casey and JoJo were out the church, you know what I'm saying? But then you got Jagged Edge. Jagged Edge, they delivered R&B like hip hop. Right. So it's like I still listen to all three of those groups today, especially the Coach Frank. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I hate to even say it, as much as I love them, Wanye is the vocal Bible, but take Boys to Men out of that.
I would take Boys to Men out.
Yeah.
I would take Boys to Men out off the strength of I can't think of the last time that I wanted to pull up a Boys to Men song.
It's not going to happen.
If I hear it, cool.
They were the good guys.
Did I pull it up?
They were the good guys. The hood niggas ain't listen to Boyz II Men. They were the good guys, you know what I'm saying? Boyz II Men are sing slow songs about loving you and ballads about loving you. Jodeci was singing songs about fucking and freaking you. Like, it's a difference.
It's definitely different.
We know what we want to hear. Most women would want to hear Boyz II Men in like just a regular setting. Niggas ain't trying to really hit it. Respect to them.
That's how I felt about Brian McKnight too.
Brian McKnight, one of the coldest niggas alive, man. But when he tried to do that, if you're ready to learn song, show you how your pussy works song, that was the most ridiculous shit ever. It's like
from him,
we can't take you serious because of that. But even though Brian McKnight is a real nigga though. Like, don't let, bro. It's a shame that his music doesn't really reflect that nigga shoot dice with you and all, bro. Like, Brian McKnight a real nigga, bro. But it's like, the music would never reflect that. My nigga is like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we couldn't take him serious for that.
All right, one more gotta go. We gonna go, and when I say gotta go, your whole catalog gotta go.
Oh man, whole catalog.
The whole catalog gotta go. Whole catalog gotta go.
This question might upset some people. I feel this one coming on.
No, it ain't. It might be easy. MC Hammer. Heavy D, and we'll go. We'll just leave them two.
Between Heavy D and MC Hammer,
the whole catalog gotta go.
You trying to make the whole Oakland mad at that nigga, huh? Yeah,
Oakland gonna be mad as fuck at me. But see, the thing is, it's like, it's hard to get rid of Hammer because you got to know what he brought to the table. It's like, my nigga, I'm like I told you, I'm the last of the Mohicans. So my first concerts was at the Carolina Coliseum. Hammer was that concert. I saw Hammer before. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a part of my childhood. So that's tough, man. Like, niggas wasn't selling records like Hammer before Hammer. Niggas wasn't in houses like Hammer before Hammer. But
he went diamond first, right?
Yes. You feel me?
Diamonds, Grammy,
but
video production.
My mentor, OG, Big Bug from the R&B group today. That's my mentor.
Yes.
He will always tell me, bro, you really just like Heavy. You just like Heavy. You will produce like Heavy D is a different nigga in the studio than MC Hammer is. Like, Hammer gonna dance on these niggas. Humps in the bump, nigga. You feel me? Hammer gonna dance on these niggas. But Heavy gonna dance on these niggas too. He gonna get jiggy. He gonna bring the beat. He gonna sing a little bit to you. He gonna write the record. He gonna rap on it. He gonna finance the video. And then he a fat nigga walking off with all the same girls Hammer can leave with.
True that.
Shout to Oakland though. I love Oakland.
All right, my last one. Gotta go. Keith Sweat, Johnny Gill. So Keith Sweat, Johnny Gill, Carl Thomas, and we'll say Aaron Hall.
What's the category?
It don't matter. Just one of them got to go.
One and all they stuff with it.
All right, so we got Keith Sweat, Johnny Gill, Aaron Hall, and who?
Carl Thomas.
Oh Lord. See, I got some of my peoples here with me. It's like the way I felt about Babyface is how I feel about Keith Sweat. Keith is the man, but that nigga can't sing for real, man. But that nigga shit was like that, bro. Like, damn, bro, y'all got me on this one. Who was the second nigga?
Carl Thomas, Aaron Hall, Keith Sweat, and Johnny Gill.
Johnny Gill wasn't too far off the Boyz II Men style of music.
But if he goes, that New Edition part of him go.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Carl Thomas is the least intrusive.
Yeah,
if I get rid of Aaron Hall, I got to get rid of Teddy.
Yes. And if you get rid of Carl Thomas, he did lock R&B down for Bad Boy for like 2 years, 2-3 years.
Listen, Carl Thomas, I only heard Carl Thomas sound bad in life once. So it's like, you got to understand, like, the singer element, it wants to keep him there. Like, for what it's worth, because music will change forever without the other three, I have to get rid of Carl Thomas. I have to. I want to keep the nigga. I want to keep the nigga bad.
Hey, that was first call, man. That wasn't too bad on you, was it?
Man,
that was our first section.
Now I told Frank, I said, bro, I don't know these guys like that. I don't know what the fuck they finna ask me. Y'all got me on that one.
Hey, let me ask you this bonus question. As fast as you can. Top 10. In your top 10. Where's Gerald Levert ranked?
Vocalist. You gotta be specific.
Okay, vocalist. Where's Gerald Levert ranked?
I got to get back to you on that one.
All right, we'll do that.
Because I can't even tell you he's in my top 10. And the nigga cold.
Okay.
The nigga cold, but it's like Donny Hathaway is my all-time favorite.
Okay.
So it's just like I have a wide spectrum of vocalists.
Donny Hathaway might be, that might, you know how a song will put you in a time and a place and emotion and feeling.
Yeah.
Donny Hathaway the only dude, well, probably one of the first dudes that I almost shed a tear just listening.
He cared about you. He cared about us.
Yeah.
The young black man in the ghetto. Like, that's who he cared about. The real nigga. Donnie different. Yeah. Donnie different.
So I'm gonna start with whenever I deal with musicians and we have musicians and artists on, what's your first memory of music? Like, what song or record is one of your earliest memories?
It'd take a little second for that one because I'd have to trace it. I do remember at one particular point in my life explicitly, my pops used to work in radio, so he would definitely come home with different albums, and then he had the actual crates of the vinyls, had all of that. So I remember having the Another Bad Creation album, the Color Me Bad album. I remember having Michael Jackson's Dangerous. I remember having those albums. So it's like, you know, that's probably my earliest that I can just be fair about. That would at least be what, 91, 92?
Something like that. Carolina, what's your first music album artist that you remember?
That I can remember?
That you remember listening to, you want to listen to it?
It was Mike. We had the like back in the day, I'm an 80s baby. Our dad had what do you call that? A 45, the record player looked like it's in a small suitcase.
Yeah.
We had one of those, but I just, like, off the top of my head, I could just remember always listening to Mike. Mike and MC Hammer, actually, because MC Hammer had a movie that came out in the late 80s. So as far as my memory, what I can remember, it was Mike and MC Hammer.
Okay.
Yeah, Run DMC. I wish I could have been around for Run DMC to have been my first memory. That shit would have been crazy.
See, I'm a little older than both of y'all, so I'm of age. Like, I'm a toddler when Sugar Hill Gang, when, you know what I'm saying? I'm a toddler when that come out.
Ooh, that's
you know
crazy.
What I'm saying? So I saw the whole Run DMC. I understand who Run DMC is in the grand scheme of what hip hop has become.
Yeah, you literally,
you know what I'm saying?
You literally,
like, they was literally the first dudes to commercially market it. Not on no corny shit, but
it was
the Adidas, the tracksuit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Crossing over with Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Christmas in the house. They were playing Christmas. We was in Missouri. We was in the Midwest, and they were playing Christmas. I remember watching and listening to Christmas in Hollis in the Midwest.
Yeah. Like, I always like to ask those questions just based on how much influence did you get? We got all our musical influence from our pops. You know what I'm saying?
Mine too. I come from a musical family.
Okay, so
you see that question? You see that comment?
I grew up with the reel to reel in the studio. I know about the old ADAT tapes.
Hey, no, our pops got one. It still run now. He got it in the living room set up.
Talking about reel to reel for movies and shit. Yeah, the projector shit.
No, we're talking about music.
Oh, so you talking about the 45s and all of that, the 33s and shit.
Yeah,
there you go.
Set up. Ready. All you gotta do is hit play and then run it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, turntable was making a crazy comeback right now.
Vinyl is in. Vinyl is definitely in.
I love it.
Them. That's crazy.
One of my albums, the Thank You for Listening project from 2015, the original idea for it was to be vinyl. And then I was going to start introducing the whole albums on USB drives and shit because they was putting them in all the cars and shit. But
right.
I wasn't ready for it. Yeah, I had the idea, but trying to get all the proper funding for it was ridiculous. So, yeah, I saw that wave coming. I knew it was coming back. It's good to be back.
Absolutely. So, at what point do you go from I enjoy listening to music to this is what I want to do with my life?
As far like, and that's why it was so hard to answer that last question, because it's like my family had a way of documenting everything I did. Like my pops was telling me that I was singing before I could talk. Like just we would ride past like the Balo and I would sing the jingle off the TV type shit. So you know what I'm saying? Like trying to form words and shit. So it's like that music always been there. But I grew up in the I want to be like Mike era. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I always like love basketball. My son is falling in love with it already. So it's like, you know, basketball is that thing. But when I didn't make the team, fuck this shit. So it's like the music was always there, but once I gave up them hoop dreams, you know what I'm saying?
So what was the first piece of equipment you bought when you got into the music game? What was just first piece? I don't care if it's just a microphone. What was the first piece? I'd say the first piece you bought and the first piece somebody gave to you.
All right, that's fair. Because somebody had asked a question about this on Twitter, like just asking producers, what was your first real setup? Y'all remember like the Nintendo 64s?
Mm-hmm.
All right, around that time, there was a computer company called Compaq. And they had this one model called the Presario, I think.
Yep.
And the way the Nintendo 64s would come out in those different colors, the Presario Compaqs would do the same thing. I had a Presario Compaq, but before that, I had an Acer Aspire. And I would fuck around with Windows 95 and fuck around with the sound recorder app on that. But then when I got like the Compaq computer, I had gotten this program called Magic's Music Maker and just started going from there. But my uncle had all the real equipment and I was playing keyboards for him and my grandfather. We would be traveling as a group and whatnot. So he would have different keyboards like the JV90 Roland, the Roland XP10, shit like that before all the motifs and shit came out. And he was having all the ADATs. I grew up in his studio. Sometimes he would let me take his keyboards home. And this is before I even understood what MIDI was and how it worked. I would plug in directly with the 1/4-inch guitar cable. Like I had bought this interface that you could slide into the computer, like the peripheral port, and it was for gaming and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But it had all the 1/4-inch like large mic ends. I just mic that bitch in, had me something from Radio Shack. You know my OG Radio Shack and shit.
Okay, realistic.
had the microphone from there. I taught myself everything growing up in my uncle's studio. I went to school to get certified for it, but I was helping teach the class by everything. So like I was nigga rigging it up. I wasn't doing MIDI. I was literally playing to the track. If I didn't get it right, fuck it, delete it, start all over again until I play it perfect. And I was just on it like that.
What was the first song you learned to play on that?
Lean on Me. Everybody has to learn Lean on Me.
Right. That's a good song.
Got to lean on something. Everybody
got to lean on something. Got to believe in something.
Everybody needs somebody to lean on, man.
Yeah, what's crazy is when you said that, when you start talking about the video game system, that shows you how people are resourceful, but black people are resourceful. Because Big Crit said he did it with the PS2.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah,
Big Crit said he did it with the PS2. So
the only reason I knew about that sound card was because I didn't have a PlayStation by then. But what I did have was I was playing NBA Live. It wasn't even 2K yet. 2K hadn't even come out yet. So this had to still be in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I had NBA Live and I was playing it on the computer through CD-ROM, and I had like this controller that was a universal controller, but it was shaped just like PlayStation. And so when my cousins and them would come over and play, we'd be playing NBA Live on the computer and shit. So I bought that to get the full gamer experience, but looked and seen, yo, I can do all of this with it. Shit, cool, let's go.
So by you arranging, being able to arrange it the way you wanted to, just based on your desire to do what you was doing, how easy was it when it came when Fruity Loops came along?
All right, so there was a friend of mine. She grew up. I'm not sure if she was military or not, but she was a chick that just came rapping. She was part of my team for a minute back when me and Blind Fury first met each other, and she was the first person to ever tell me about Fruity Loops because she wanted me to teach her how to make beats. She's like, "I'm using Fruity Loops." I'm like, "I ain't even heard of that yet," you know. But Fruity Loops became the thing.
Right.
To this, I can make beats in Fruity Loops, but it'll take me all damn day because it's the sequencing ain't the same. I got I don't have that feel. Like I play keys and instruments for real, so it's like just sitting there clicking shit all day. Like, yeah, let's do this like this, like this, like this. I can't do that. I have to perform something. You know what I'm saying?
That is what I appreciate most about you, brother. And it's no knock to people that use, Fruity Loops or Adobe or any of that.
Sure.
But there is a difference in the quality that you are going to get versus all digital.
It just feels away.
And analog. There is still a purpose for analog, especially in music.
Yeah. Now I'm digital. I'm definitely digital. I'm in the box, but it's like at least I make it feel real. Like it ain't just me clicking shit. It ain't me clicking shit.
Do you feel like that you play it, you get that? I've heard people say like a key might be wrong, but they left it in there on purpose. And if you use the digital, it's always gonna be perfect. But by you playing and doing other stuff, maybe you hit it slow. You like, damn, I like the way that key came in slow.
Yeah,
I hear a lot of people. I hear a lot of people say when they make beats and sing songs, they're like, I did it on accident, but I actually liked it.
Yeah, and I see that like it happens. We call it phrasing. So when you phrase something a certain type of way, I've seen producers create tutorials. They give it a new phrase where they call it randomizing. So you just kind of move things a certain type of way so it hits with a type of velocity, and it just, I'm like, man, y'all getting way too deep in it. I literally just played it like that, and it just feels like that because I put that in there. Like, so break it down the way they doing. If anybody tell you they did it by accident, that's because they don't have no music theory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So at this point, what instruments are you playing right now?
Just about everything except guitar, and I'm trying to talk to my pops about teaching me. So that's the only thing I really don't play. Like I don't have the dexterity because like I always wanted to be the cool dude, or like I'm a big dude. Let me thump at the bass. My fingers won't do right. I said this in another podcast. People didn't know about it, but Grant Hill is the reason I started playing keys.
Okay.
It wasn't my uncle. It wasn't my older cousin. And them the only two people I knew in real life that played piano at the time, even though they're the ones that ended up teaching me. When I saw Grant Hill do it it wasn't Arsenio Hall. Remember when Quincy Jones had the actual show called Vibe?
Yeah.
He had did an appearance on Vibe and played the piano. And I was like, bro, that's the dopest shit in the world. I had just got the shoes. You know what I'm saying? I got the Grant Hill shoes. I'm like, man, this nigga about harder than Mike. You know what I'm saying? But you see what happened with that.
Right.
Yeah.
I always thought the saxophone was the coolest instrument to play.
Saxophone is cool, but a lot of people ain't willing to go through clarinet to get to.
Oh,
right.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
and
that.
You gotta have a win for that bit.
The saxophone ain't nothing but a big ass slanted clarinet. It's the exact same instrument.
So real quick, does Kenny G get enough credit?
He definitely gets enough credit. He's white.
Absolutely.
Everybody knows who Kenny G is. Kenny G damn near Snoop Dogg.
Do you know another alto saxophone player besides Kenny G that you can name?
Nah,
besides like the Marcellus brothers and Najee.
Jeff Lorber is the only other saxophonist I can think of, and that's only because I sampled him.
Okay.
Kenny G is the man.
So before we get into sampling, what was your first beat? Like what was the construction of your first beat that you consider?
I would be lying to you if I told you a story. I'd be lying to you. I've made so much music in my life, I have no idea what my first beat was or why I made it. But the odd thing is, I can tell you about songs I wrote in the shower and never made. It was hits. Yeah. in fact, I guess I'm kind of controversial in my own right. But I could have sworn I have made a song with the melody that SZA uses for "I Hate You." I wrote that at least 25 years ago in my head.
Everybody that produces, I got a homeboy. I'm gonna try to get him on the show. He said I won't invite him to the show, but he ain't coming to the show no way. He been producing probably since like 92. Every producer that's worth his ass has heard a song and been like, "That's my goddamn beat."
And see, my thing is, I didn't have the gall to say they took my shit because I never wrote the shit down. Right. But it's like when I heard the melody, I was like, that shit just took me back. I was like, bro, where have I heard that before? I was like, bro, that's something I wrote in like 8th grade. Like, bro, I was humming that in the shower one day. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, it's that ear though. So let me ask you this before we get like super deep. I like to ask, what is the most obscure thing you ever sampled that made it into a beat? Like just sound, period, or not like just sound? Yeah, just sound. I'm not really sure. Like I'm not too deep into sound design. I know how to do enough to just create my own sounds, but it's like somehow, some way, like for example, right now I know I have over 100 gigabytes of drums in my backup drive. I just have that, so I don't know what all is in my folder. Like when I'm just cooking, I just go through. I can use that. I can do this with this, boom, and it just builds. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's rare that I just go take some weird shit and just go for it. I might find like a sample or two here or there, and I might use a different method to how I actually use it versus everything else. Like one day I might sample like Kanye, next day I might sample like Dilla, next day I might sample like Nite, next day I might sample like Luke Nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like just put the shit on there and throw some drums to it. Nothing. All of those is heavy hitters. Everybody's name is a heavy hitter. So it's just, it's just all about just being creative. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you can come up with, you come up with. Now I will say this. My son had been walking around the house one day when I had everybody here yelling out, "I need water, I need water." I don't know why he was yelling that because he had a cup in his hand. But I told my partner Just, like, yo, catch him saying that right quick. That's what I'm talking about. We finna use that for like the intro for like a follow-up to stay hydrated type shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I will just use some shit, but it's just like, a lot of times I just take what I got and just figure it out versus trying to like really create something new. Bro, like that's what I'm saying. Just being around music the way I've heard a motherfucker be like, "Hey, go back out the door. Right. Pull the door, but don't pull it too fast. Right. And sample the door creak." Nah. So, you know what I'm saying? Now that I think about it, you're right. All right. So I remember when I was recording my 27 album, and my wife now, but girlfriend at the time, like we was like doing a lot of extra shit, you know what I'm saying, in the microphone to, kind of give off that scene like we really doing something. Now, of course, I provided plenty of motivation, but I made sure we was recording that. Then another song on that same album where I'm just talking about just drinking and partying all crazy, I sampled, I recorded myself opening the can because I just didn't have a good like can opening sound that didn't sound generic or just used everywhere. So it's like I do remember that now that you say it like that. I'm like, yeah, I've done that before.
and this goes into that. You watch the 85 South?
I love 85 South Show. I'm actually on the taping.
Did you see the intro with Tank?
I didn't see that one yet, man. Like I gotta tap back into 85 South, man.
You just gotta watch the first 5 minutes with Tank on it.
Yeah.
They actually make a whole song with them. And I understand 85 South does all the time, but it's Tank singing.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
He pretty much updated their theme song.
Tank has a church background that he don't talk about.
Yeah.
So that's what we do all the time in the church. It's called shedding. We literally just have a jam session. It's like that's literally how songwriting sessions come together and how songs are created. Y'all literally just watching what happens. That's regular. It blows people away because they see it as improv and y'all doing it on the spot. But they're like, man, what's in you has to come out. So yeah, that's just regular shit.
So how did you get into the industry professionally? Like, what was the first beat you sold and who you sold it to professionally?
The first beat that...
Yeah, because you got some crazy credits.
Yeah, you do got some crazy credits.
If we doing it with all technicalities thrown in, my first placement was a song called Hello Kitty by an artist named Ja Bless.
Okay.
So it's like, and that's where I actually get my tag from because we had to make a clean version of the song. So he changed one of his lyrics in the last verse to say "Beat it up like the Black Symphony made it." That's just been on ever since. But it's like that's my very first placement, but it's a lot that came with that, so I don't really credit it. Like one of the first big records I did was this record on Raekwon's Unexpected Victory tape in 2012. He had an artist named Altrina Renee, and I had did her debut single called FaceTime on that joint. So like that was really just my first step really into the industry. You know what I'm saying? And then everything just started coming after that slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? So
how was that feeling getting recognized for that? Like recognize somebody said, "Damn, they found me." How the hell they find me?
It's a dope feeling in that moment.
Yeah.
It's a dope feeling in that moment. It's like now anybody that's followed my career up to this point and that's a true fan of me will tell you that they tired of waiting on what they feel my big break should be because they know how to cultivate my entire being of talent into one thing and feels like the world should recognize all of it. Meanwhile, I'm looking like, man, all I need to do is one. I can either write the song, I can produce the song, I can record the song, I can mix the song, master the song, I can do whatever for the song. It's no problem. So as long as, now I will say this, it is still my passion and will forever be my passion. But when my son got here and when I got married, I was like, you know what? There really is a different reason for this now. Like it's a different motivation for it now. It's like some people might feel a nigga Hollywood or he done changed up. I'm like, nah, man, I really have people depending on me now. I'm an only child, biologically. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I went from just me to now it's on. I got to take care of my wife, my son, and both of my parents, like Lord willing type shit.
That's growth. That's
growth.
Evolution.
And you can't hate on that. You can't be mad at the nigga about that.
Let me go back a little bit though, cause is Blind Fury when you meet him?
Yeah.
No, that nigga was looking. He was seeing. No.
You talking about his name?
He was already snapping like that when you met him.
Yeah.
Or you met him because of that.
Here's how it happened. All right. So in 9th grade, it was my first time ever going to summer school. And it's a shame because I was smart enough to graduate early. I just hated school, so I didn't want to do the work type shit. So I finally go to summer school for the first time, and I meet a young man by the name of Tony Cooper out there. He was going to Camden. You know what I'm saying? Me and him just linked, and we just bonded so fast, and that's where the whole royal family thing started from. Since he went to Camden, he was classmates with Fury. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Everybody just called him Blind Steve did. You know what I'm saying? His name's Stephen Norris. So it's like we would just get on the phone. This is when three-way was the shit then. You know what I'm saying? So we get on the phone and just be chopping it up and shit. And when I was making my mixtapes in 7th grade, after I decided basketball wasn't for me, you know what I'm saying? I would do like little mixtapes and whatnot, and then record my own freestyles and slide them in, so you get to hear the new shit that's coming to the radio before the DJs got it. You know what I'm saying? But then I got my freestyle. I had an operation on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when that happened, you know, me and Fury just linked up. He was actually one of the very first artists that was a part of my team. Like, so, you know, when I tell people me and Fury started together, when I first assembled my team, he was one of the first members of that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's a big part of like, yeah. And like, I'm not sure what he can and can't see, because when you like really kick it with him, it's like how they tell you, like, when you lose one sense, everything else is heightened. But it's like his ears do a very good job for eyes, man. Like,
okay.
I don't know. I think that nigga sees something. He can see a little something. I don't know, man. I don't know. But he's been good at it for years, man. And he a player. He like, when I met him, you couldn't tell me he was white when I met him.
Oh, bro.
That's how you had to see it.
I just remember that. I remember that phenomenon. I remember how proud I was that he was from a little town in South Carolina called Lugo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that he was saying it.
Yeah.
You know, because there's plenty of people that's from here that won't give credit. Well, you know, major names.
He still had to come home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and the people he would have got into it with at the time, I was no longer dealing with, so it wasn't none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm like, man, you better act like you from here. You know the vibes. You know what I'm saying? But like, he has such a musical background that people are just now finding out about. Like, you know, he was a church musician. He played for this church right out there in Lugoff on Highway 12, 601. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and they used to have it rocking in there for real. He could sing and play and all that. So it's like we just complimented each other. Like, I always found myself drawn to other musicians like that. Like, where you can just do some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, he really liked that, man. And he finally got I think he just got a new deal, a new situation. So, you know, shout out to Fury. He's doing real well.
Yeah, I mean, I hear he writes in multiple genres. I done heard country songs by the cat. Like, supremely talented kid, man. So that's dope, man, just to see where he came from to where he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when you, just because we got to speed up a little bit. So you in the industry, how do you feel about the industry right now?
I don't believe in the industry. Like, I tell my people that all the time. We as human beings, our greatest resource in civilization is each other. There's no real such thing as industry. It's just the people that you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, on the album I did years ago, like, one of the first songs that we pushed to XXL was a record called Political Dialogue with my dog Warren J on there. And on the hook, we talking about, it ain't about how you flow, it's about who you know. And it's like, and it's always been that. It's always been there. It's like you got people that want to buy their way into the game, and there's only so far your money can really get you. It's literally about who you know, who's putting this together for you. Now, the internet has simplified that to some degree, but there's still people that are in certain places that if they push the button, it's on. You know what I'm saying? It's not even about being in an industry. It's about knowing the right person. There's no industry. It's the people. Your net worth really is your network for real.
And for the people that haven't read the bio, just list off a couple of names that you have worked with so they can associate themselves with them.
Man, I actually, something interesting. I've worked with her. They know the baby. They know the Jack Harlow situation. I got a record for Rico Nasty called Fashion Week that she actually debuted at Fashion Week when she walked the runway. This artist from Nigeria signed to Rock Nation named Nite. I got a record with her. Who else? I got records with NLE Chopper that they didn't release. I got records with Seti Hendrix. I got records with Black, Westside Boogie that ain't been released. I work with Ozzy. Like, I have a lot of that's the industry part of it, because you know, when it comes to, you know, the actual business and what the contracts got.
When these songs getting released, if they gonna make albums.
Exactly. And I tell people that it's really a waiting game as a producer when it's time to like get your placements and whatnot. Like, you know, depending on what record label the artist signed to, getting the record out don't even mean shit.
Yeah. Just because you're speaking on that, and a lot of people don't understand. Soulja Boy's reaction to not getting on Kanye's album, and people making controversy over who's on the album, who's not on the album, and you just touched on that. How do you feel about the reaction of people that don't know the industry when it comes to stuff like that?
They should shut the fuck up. I had the same argument with people talking about a DJ Khaled and DJ Drama versus, and everybody wants to argue DJ Drama's mixtapes and records he doesn't fucking own. It's literally the reason he got the RICO. They hit him for that little logo that you would see on all movies and CDs. Piracy. Like, dog, those aren't your records. You couldn't even play those on the verses, but you can't tell that to niggas because the music made them feel good. They ain't learn shit. Like, Soulja Boy, you know what I'm saying? Now, I wasn't in the room. I wasn't in the room for it. But I understand how the business works. Like, even if you got paid for the verse, the label still has to clear the usage of it. So, my thing is, if Soulja Boy gave Kanye a free verse, then maybe he could feel away. But I got a feeling he got paid regardless. So you just doing it to bring attention to yourself. I
mean, they said there was other artists that did verses for that, but Soulja Boy
there was like 8 people that was on that song.
How many people was on All of the Lights?
Right.
And that song was as old as the College Dropout album.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was that old.
He had been working on that song for years before he dropped it.
That is probably my all-time favorite Kanye West song.
He was cold on that shit. That is a big record.
Damn.
That's what I'm telling niggas, man. Like, the industry ain't what niggas think it is, man. It's literally like, the industry part of it is the capital, the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the people who have the money and they're the ones like actually allocating funds to shit, that's the industry. Everybody else is somebody waiting to get paid.
I can dig that. We had a conversation a couple weeks ago about R&B music, not R&B being dead. How do you feel about traditional R&B music and what its profile is in today's music game?
R&B is not dead. Frank Jordan is right beside me.
Okay.
Like,
shout out Frank Jordan.
Now, I will tell you this, like, a lot of my sound comes from out of that bad boy era, like that real hip hop. So I'm not mad at Puff saying that because he can say that. He can say that, but then at the same time, that just is his way of him telling us that he ain't doing his job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If Puff say R&B dead, then the nigga telling on himself, as far as I'm concerned. All our favorite shit come from you and R. Kelly, nigga. What you gonna do?
That's fair.
You feel me? So it's like, you know, until Puff ready to make a record worth listening to again, we got Frank Jordan, we got Sha Monique, we got everything over here. It's royal family.
If R. Kelly went in his situation, would that have came out that R&B is dead?
Hell no.
R. Kelly got 200 songs. 200 unreleased songs right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but if he was out, all these, you know, he would be on everybody's shit or redoing everybody's shit. I'm just saying, if he wasn't in his situation, you think Diddy would actually say R&B is dead? Because I think R. Kelly would put that challenge out there that R&B isn't dead.
Well, feel me on this one. Let's look at it like this. Like, now we're music and hip hop purists, so of course we could answer the question. But how many people can name all the Ja Rule songs that came out after 50 Cent?
That's fair.
A lot of people gonna call that last record him and R. Kelly had together.
Right.
If R. Kelly can do that for Ja Rule, what you mean R&B is dead?
Yeah.
And that shit just came to me right here in this spot. I didn't plan that. That shit just, boom, sunshine on me. You know what I mean?
I don't know how, like, I always say Ja Rule mishandled the beef with 50 Cent.
I mean,
Ja Rule's response to 50 Cent should have been, "Get like me." You know what I'm saying? He should have ignored the beef shit and just kept doing what the fuck he was doing, cuz.
That's always a great way to look at it, but it's too much that's inside of that. Every beef wasn't rooted in the streets.
Right.
This one had some street shit with it.
It did.
And Ja Rule wasn't even the main target, but an unfortunate chain of events made him the main target. So it's like, this shit was personal. It's like 50 did not like that dude. He still don't like that dude, bro.
I'm sure.
50 told us the only people he beef with is the ones he can't get no money with. This nigga will never try to get money with Ja Rule. It's not going to happen. That shit had nothing to do.
It was super ironic that he went at the man the way he did and end up just being a new, more street version of Ja Rule.
But see, it's so hard to even say that. It's so hard to even say that because when you can really trace 50 music prior to 2002,
agreed.
He always been that.
But when he got on, it was all the sing-songy hook shit. Yeah, he had bars in between it, but shit. Bitty Bitty Beachy, Ja Rule was going crazy, cuz.
It was the sing-songy hooks before he got on.
True that.
50's a songwriter. 50 is a songwriter, first and foremost. That's what people don't understand. Lloyd Banks was easily the best rapper, but why he could never outshine 50 on the song?
Because he was just the best rapper.
You just a rapper. 50 is, and this is the same conversation me and Blind Fury had when he came home from 106 and Park. He was like, Tiz, man, like, yo, this nigga really told me, bro, I want what you got. I'm like, bitch, you on TV. What are you talking about? You can't see it, of course, but it's like, you on TV. I'm here to tell you, you on TV. You know what I'm saying? But
they're not playing with you. You there.
But he's saying, nah, bro, like you write that shit. You produce, you know how to make songs, bro. He's like, I need songs. These freestyles is what they are, but you know how to make songs. So I was like, all right, well, I feel you on that. And I had to respect every songwriter after that. You know what I mean?
So what's coming from Mantiz, from the royal family? What's up next?
Well, we just caused a shitstorm on the summer. You know, the summer of the bops. Some of the bops was technically supposed to end this week, but you know what I'm saying, my artists all had to get their summer vacation in real quick, so we got at least 15, 16 joints out this summer. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna pick it back up. My plans are to do a joint EP with all of my artists at some point. You know, Frank Jordan is my young boy, the youngest in charge. You know what I'm saying? He coming with it. I got Shamonique, our R&B songstress. You know, my brother Rock Ransom, he serves as the president of R. Entertainment, you know, our record label. BZ Sinatra, we got a joint venture with him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have my team together, you know, you can expect music from all of us, you know. Hopefully, I know me and Shamonique talked about it. Y'all might get a joint EP with us for Valentine's Day. I might show off my real R&B side and sing for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I was tripping how y'all put single before y'all put rap. I was like, man, I sing on Sundays.
Oh, no. I ain't gonna tell you what I did.
You were singing.
Yeah.
All these rappers are singers now. So that ain't no knock.
That would be the crazy thing, though, because growing up, that's all niggas would tell me. Bro, you can sing? Oh, nigga, I wish I could sing. I'd sing all day long. No.
Everybody can rap. Everybody can't sing, bro.
You wouldn't sing all day long if you could, bro. Trust me. Trust me, that shit takes so much more power, like precision. Like, it's so much that comes with singing that has to be right, man. Like, I love that I can do it, but that's what I got Frank and Shy for. I ain't trying to do that much singing.
So how do you think, well, I'm not going to say how do you think. So when you realize T-Pain can really sing, not the
I know he could.
But I'm just saying, when you knew that he could sing, did you say, damn, that motherfucker talented?
I did. Especially when I found out how much he was involved in the production as well.
Okay.
I just saw myself in that. Like, guys like T-Pain, Ryan Leslie, Rico Love. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the guys like I want to be in rooms with, because we're going to create music. Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? Like, real musicians. I got to shout out Tory because they're going to try to take it away from him. You can't do it. You You can't do it, man. And I've told people that all the time. They would be like, "Why are you so humble? Why are you so humble?" Because if I wasn't, I'd be Tory Lanez. Y'all hate him. You can't stop him.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So,
he be on. He definitely be on.
That's fucked up.
Come on, man. You got to give it to the man. You got to give it to the man. See, man, like, I tell people this all the time, just about every podcast we've done. I ain't really into Zodiac and all of that like that, but I will admit, I'm an Aries, man. I'm honest. I'm honest. A lot of people can't handle it. I'm just telling you the truth, man.
Who do you feel are the most talented right now in the game?
In the game? Man, damn, how do I do this? Because, all right, here's the thing, man. Like, I'm sitting in my studio right now. If you called me at any time of the day, I'm probably here. I have no idea what's really going on outside the world until I get on YouTube, until I get on the internet. For real. Like, I don't really leave my crib until it's time to go get some food or get some more backwoods. Like, I ain't even as tapped in. Like I tell you, like, the most talented people in the game right now, really, like I said, Tory Lanez. You can't fuck with Tory. Like, I would say myself, but not enough people know me. But everybody that do know me willing to stand behind that statement. So it's like,
Indeed.
you know, it's everybody who's doing what they do what they do. Do what they do. Like I said, my brother Jetson May got shit going. You know what I'm saying? My brother Nico got shit going. Like, it's a lot of people from Carolina got shit going. It's just,
that was gonna be my next question, but you say you be in the house. I was gonna ask you who's out there in the Carolinas that you know, other than your team, that's putting in work.
I think I said that on the prior podcast. Everybody that tell you they got motion in South Carolina got motion, as far as I'm concerned, because somebody is tuned in. Like, we in this whole new age where you can build your own fan base, and it's like, as long as you understand math, whatever goal you set for yourself, you can make a unit price that you want to sell to your core fan base and reach your goal. If you do
Absolutely.
that, you got motion. It don't matter what nobody try to give or take away from you. You know what I'm saying? If you keeping your books correct and you know what you're doing, you got motion. You know, it's hard to name people in particular because, like I said, me and Frank, me and Shy, me and Rock, me and Beezy, me and Just, we all locked in. You know what I'm saying? We just creating music, man. Like, I just want to create music all day, and we don't really have too many outside influences. So it's just, you know, I listen to a lot of shit. Like we was the first ones, in my opinion, that probably got on blast out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, by the time everybody caught on to who Blast was, we was already like on to the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I found out about Blast. He's basically the West Coast version of me. So it's just like, okay, I can see that. He another one of us, just a studio lab rat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's about the much. Like, I'll give it to Frank. Frank will probably put me on some young niggas, you know what I'm saying, who out there now. But like I said, man, I just jam to what I jam to. If I didn't make it, it's probably some old shit.
All right, crazy question. Summer Breeze or Summer Madness?
I think I sampled Summer Madness, but Summer Breeze is one of them ones that takes me away. I've always loved that. I've always loved that melody. Summer Madness is cold. Summer Madness is cold. Like that's not one of them songs you can just play the moment you hear it. If you're a musician, you got to have some jazz understanding to play Summer Madness. But Summer Breeze just got that. The Isleys was cold.
I'm about to play both of them as soon as we get off. I just it was because it's already in my head to play both of them when we get off.
I might have to too. The Isleys was cold, man.
The Isleys have the catalog, like the Kool in the Gang, Isleys versus. They had probably one of the most well produced.
And it was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. But maybe that, like the Isleys, they could have did their own concert. They didn't need nobody up there with them. And the same with Earth, Wind, and Fire, for that matter.
It's certain music that just defines not only an era, but a particular type. That's why I said that even though Jodeci 112 and Jagged Edge might have had like the same content, it didn't feel the same. And everybody had what they needed to get out of from that. You know what I'm saying? So I will say that about the
We in the last call, man. This is an opportunity for you. I'm gonna put you up front on the camera, man, and you can give everybody your social media, your artist information, whatever you want to put out to the people. Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's take it all the way back. Google Mantiz is the campaign, man. Mantiz. You can check out thisismantiz.com, facebook.com/officialmantiz, instagram.com/thisismantiz, twitter.com, mantiz186. I got the whole gang with me, man. You can find us everywhere, man. Shout out Frank Jordan, shout out Sha Monique, shout out Rock Ransom, Beats Sinatra, Royal Family, 186.
Shout out Royal Family. Carolina, what you got for the people going out?
Everybody fuck with us. We don't care who you are. Just fuck with us. Hit us up, man. If you got a certain type of, if you got somebody that'd be good on the show, hit us up. If you want to be on the show, hit us up. Topics, hit us up. Anything, just hit us up. We are, I always say networking super fast, so that's what we're trying to do. Network. We don't care if it's in state, out of state. We always networking, man. Can't nobody hold you down but yourself, but you got to shake hands. You got to talk to people to get it out. You can't do it by yourself. Everybody talk about they do stuff by themselves, but they don't. Networking superpower. So networking ain't your superpower. Get with somebody that can network. Once you do that, then you actually help and give your all. So just network to fuck with us.
Absolutely, man. Look, what I'm gonna tell the people is this. You just saw it, man. We had a great interview with Mantiz and the Royal Family, man. He doing a lot of good work out there. He got the catalog for you. He got the work history. If you looking for something, maybe you connect with him. Like, he do have his own projects going on, but that's where that networking comes in at. You can build it faster with more people. You just never know, man. Shout out to Best in the Solar System, Steve Cherokee. Shout out to DJ Surplus, Columbia. We've had many artists. Look at some of the past shows. If you out there doing the work and you need a new sound, we talking to the people that got that sound. This is the Bottom of the Bottle podcast. I'm Jay Walking III. That's Carolina Third 803. We appreciate you, Mantiz. And look, we're gonna have to do it again, man. Look, we about to sign off, but stay in the background. This is the Bottom of the Bottle. Y'all like, share, subscribe. And outside of that, we gone, man. Y'all be easy.
Some of the bottom.